Lila had been carrying the weight of her thoughts for weeks. The idea of taking Noah home to her family for a month had become more than just a fleeting dream. It was her survival plan. Every evening after work, after Noah was finally asleep, she would sit by the window with her Bible resting in her lap and whisper prayers into the night air. She prayed for wisdom, for courage, and for peace. Life had become a relentless tide of tension, managing Noah's care, balancing work and her university classes, and enduring the constant friction with Micah's family. Her mother had been her anchor for 6 precious months, but now that anchor was slipping away. The thought of facing Micah's family alone sent a chill through her veins. They had always been unpredictable, always ready to challenge her authority as Noah's mother, always eager to remind her that she wasn't the one truly in control. But she was Noah's mother. She knew she needed this trip, not just for herself, but for Noah. He needed to feel the warmth of her side of the family, the laughter of his cousins, the comfort of her homeland's traditions. Most of all, Lila needed to breathe again. One Saturday morning, while folding Noah's tiny shirts and placing them in neat stacks on his dresser, she made up her mind. Enough hesitation. She would speak to Micah that evening. Though they were no longer married, their connection through Noah remained, and she knew she couldn't make such a decision without confronting him. The idea terrified her. Micah's moods had always been like shifting sand. One moment calm, the next a storm. And his mother, oh, his mother. The woman had taken every opportunity to undermine Lila's choices, often painting her as incapable. Lila feared that voicing her desire would spark another war. But courage was something Lila had learned to summon in the hardest of moments, and this would be no exception. When Micah arrived later that day to pick up Noah for the weekend, Lila stood in the doorway, her palms sweating. Noah ran to him, his little arms wrapping tightly around his father's legs. Micah smiled, ruffling the boy's hair. For a fleeting moment, he looked like the young man Lila had once fallen in love with. Carefree, gentle, almost innocent. Lila approached Micah, a hint of urgency in her voice. "Micah, there's something I need to talk to you about before you go," she said. Micah, curious, responded, "What's going on?" Lila took a deep breath and continued, "It's about Noah. I've been thinking. I want to take him to my homeland for a month, just to visit my family. He's never really had the chance to spend time with them." A silence fell between them as Micah blinked, trying to process her words. He finally asked, "You mean out of the country?" Lila nodded. "Yes, just for a month. I'll handle everything. Travel, expenses, school arrangements. It would mean so much to me. To both of us." Lila braced herself, fully expecting resistance. She was ready for the usual wall of complaints, accusations, and refusals. But what came next left her utterly stunned. Micah simply said, "I think that's fair." For the first time in years, Micah's eyes carried no hostility. He seemed thoughtful, even supportive. "He should know your side of the family. He deserves that connection. I won't stop you." "Micah, you're serious?" "Yes. I know how hard things have been. And Noah loves you. I can't take that away from him." Tears welled in her eyes. For a moment, she saw a glimpse of the man she once prayed Micah would become. A partner, a father, someone willing to put Noah first. But before relief could fully sink in, a familiar voice sliced through the moment. Micah's mother stepped out from the car parked in front of the house. She had been waiting, watching. Her sharp eyes narrowed at Lila. Then she spoke. "What's this I'm hearing? You're planning to take my grandson away? Out of the country? Over my dead body?" Micah tried to reason with her, saying, "Mom, listen to me. Lila wants to take Noah to see her family for a month, that's all. It's not a bad idea." But his mother replied, "How could you even think of letting her do this? She'll take him away and never bring him back. Don't you see, this is her plan all along, to separate Noah from us." Lila responded, "That's not true. I'm not trying to take him away. He needs to know my family too. I've never denied your place in his life, but he deserves mine as well. But Micah's mother fired back. "You've always been selfish. You couldn't keep your marriage together, and now you want to poison my grandson with your nonsense. He belongs here, with his father's family, not with you and your people." So, Micah finally reached his breaking point. "Enough, Mom. You don't get to decide this. He's Lila's son too, and she has the right to take him to see her family. I'm not going to fight her on this." His mother, clearly upset, fired back. "You're siding with her? After everything she's done? After she ruined your life?" But Micah stood firm, replying, "I ruined my own life. Don't put that on her. She's doing what's best for Noah." The argument escalated quickly. Honestly, Micah's mother's voice, carried across the street as she hurled accusations that Lila was unfit, that she was manipulative, that she was trying to erase them from Noah's life. Neighbors peeked from behind curtains, children paused their play, and Lila felt her dignity slipping with each public word. Finally, Micah's mother stormed back to her car, slamming the door so hard it echoed. "This isn't over. I'll make sure the courts hear about this." The car roared down the street, leaving behind a trail of tension so thick it seemed to choke the air. Lila looked at Micah, unsure what to say. He rubbed the back of his neck, avoiding her gaze. "I'll talk to her. She'll calm down eventually." But Lila wasn't convinced. Micah's mother had never let go of a grudge in her life. And now, Lila had openly challenged her power. That night, after Noah had fallen asleep, Lila sat in the quiet of her small living room, her head in her hands. She replayed the confrontation over and over again. Yes, Micah had defended her, but at what cost? His mother would surely retaliate, and Lila knew she had neither the money nor the emotional strength for another court battle. She thought of her own mother, soon to return home, and felt a pang of panic. When that day came, she would be left to face the storms alone. The thought of enduring Micah's family's endless drama without her mother's comforting presence left her feeling exposed and vulnerable. But one thing was certain, she couldn't abandon her plan. Noah needed that time with her family, no matter what battles it stirred. In the days that followed, Micah's mother's hostility grew sharper. She made snide remarks during Noah's handovers, whispered into his ear about bad influences, and once even accused Lila of planning to brainwash the boy. Worse still, she began to visit Noah during his weekends with Micah more frequently, ensuring her influence loomed larger than ever. Noah, caught in the crossfire of competing affections, grew restless and confused. "Why does Grandma say I can't go with you? Don't you want me to see your family too?" The innocent question pierced her heart. She hugged him tightly. "Of course I do, sweetheart, and you will. Don't you worry." But inside, she wondered, would Micah's family ever allow it? As the weeks turned into months, Lila's determination hardened. She prayed daily, her prayers no longer just whispers but fervent cries for guidance. She had faced hardship before, poverty, failed dreams, shattered marriage, and had survived. She would survive this too. Her focus sharpened on two things: Noah's well-being and her own growth. Between work shifts and late-night study sessions, she poured herself into her accounting degree. Every number she crunched, every formula she mastered, felt like a brick laid in the foundation of a better life. But the question lingered. When and how would she tell Micah's family about her final decision to take Noah on that month-long trip? She knew the backlash would be fierce. She knew battles would erupt. Yet she also knew this was a hill she was willing to climb, even if it meant standing alone. One late evening, as Lila tucked Noah into bed, her phone buzzed. A message from Micah lit up the screen. "Mom's planning something. We need to talk." Her stomach dropped. What could his mother be planning now? Would it threaten her chance to take Noah away, even just for a month? Or could it be something far worse? Lila whispered a prayer as she kissed Noah's forehead. Tomorrow, she would face whatever storm was coming. But tonight, she clung to the hope that God was still guiding her steps. And though fear coiled in her chest, there was also fire, because Lila had learned that even in the darkest battles, she was never truly alone. To be continued.